Hello there, and welcome to today's class, which is a 15-minute gentle stretch for your neck and shoulders. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Sam, and I teach yoga around my local community and here online. You won't need any special props for today's class. Before we get started today, consider subscribing to the channel if you'd like to see more videos like this one, and giving this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So to start today, find a comfortable seat. That might be on the ground, on your yoga mat, in a cross-legged seat. That might be sitting up on a pillow or meditation cushion. That also might be sitting in a chair. So this is great to do in the office while you're working, or just in a chair if that's more comfortable. So just start by closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths. Inhale, fill up your belly with air. Let your torso expand outwards. And exhale out through the nose or mouth. Drawing your belly back in, drawing your navel to spine. And inhale, nice breath in. And exhale, release. Take one more. And exhale. Blink your eyes back open if you wish. And we'll just start with a gentle shoulder roll. So rolling your shoulders forwards, up and back. Maybe you do both at the same time. Or maybe you switch, doing one shoulder at a time. And then switch, start to roll your shoulders forward. Again, doing both at the same time. Or just one and then the other. Maybe switch back and forth a few times. And then release. Maybe shake out your arms a little bit, shake out your hands. And we'll start to stretch out the neck. So start by dipping your chin down towards your chest. If you wish, you can interlace your fingers, gently place them on the back of your head for some gentle traction downwards. So you don't want to be pulling or tugging on your head. One more breath here, inhale. And exhale, release, and slowly lift your head back up to center. And now drop your left ear to left shoulder. Breathe into the opposite side of your neck. Stay here, or maybe walk your right arm out to the side for a little bit deeper stretch. And then walk your hand back in and start to dip your chin towards your chest, but stop about halfway to get more into the back of your neck. Maybe take your left hand just on the top of your head for some gentle traction downwards. And gently release. And dip your chin down towards your chest, over to the opposite side, and back up to center. And we'll take the other side now. So taking right ear to right shoulder. Take a few breaths here to start. Maybe you walk your left hand out to the side. take one more breath here. And walk your hand back in and start to dip your chin towards your chest, but pause about halfway to get to the back side of your neck a little more. Maybe take your right hand on top of your head for some gentle traction downwards. Gently release your hand and dip your chin towards your chest. And take gentle half circles with your neck now. Pausing anywhere that feels especially tight. And sending some extra breath to that spot of your neck. Just taking a little more time there to stretch. Moving nice and slowly, eventually make your way back up to center. Take a nice deep breath. Notice how you feel. And then clasp your fingers together and start to roll your wrists in a figure 8 pattern, or maybe just a circle. Making sure to switch directions. And then release, shake it out. And we'll take a gentle arm stretch now. So take your left hand across your chest. Gently grab your arm just on your forearm, being careful not to place pressure on your elbow. And take a couple breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, gently release and take the other side, crossing your right arm across your chest. Noticing if this arm feels different from the other side. Maybe a little tighter, maybe not. And gently release. Wherever you're seated, we'll take a few cat-cows here. So taking your hands to your knees or maybe just your legs, depending on how you're seated. Inhale, bringing your chest forward. And exhale, rounding through your spine. Inhale through cow pose. And exhale through cat. And take one more. And release. We'll take one more stretch while we're seated here. So we'll come into eagle arms. And before we do that, I wanted to show you a couple options. So you can try bringing your palms together. You might feel a little stretch this way. So you can also cross at the elbows, but then give yourself a big hug. And then switching which elbow is on top. You can also come back to the arm across your chest stretch. Just some different options to try. Take whichever version you prefer. I'll cue eagle arms now. So crossing right elbow over left to start. Cross at the elbows, wrap your forearms around, and either bring the backs of your hands together or your palms. Stay there or reach your elbows up a little bit. Lastly, maybe dip your chin down towards your chest. One more breath, and then gently release. And we'll take the other side. Inhale your arms out wide. Exhale, this time taking left elbow over right. Wrap your forearms around, taking the backs of your hands or your palms together. Maybe lifting your elbows up a little bit, and maybe dipping your chin down towards your chest. And gently release and shake it out. From here, make your way to a tabletop. Coming onto your hands and knees. We'll take a couple of cat-cows here. You can also do this seated if you prefer. Inhale, lifting your tailbone up to the ceiling, opening up through your chest. And exhale, rounding through your spine. Moving with your own breath, inhaling through cow. And exhale through cat. Finish out your round and then meet back in tabletop. From here, we'll take heart to earth pose or puppy pose. Take your hands towards the top corners of your mat. Maybe walk your knees back a little bit. Start to lower your heart to the earth. Your forehead may or may not come to the mat. That's okay. This is a pretty intense one, so feel free to come out of this sooner if it starts to be too much or if you start to feel tingling in your shoulders or your arms. Inhale. Exhale, pressing into your hands, gently lift back up to your tabletop. Maybe taking a couple of cat-cows here if that feels good. And then from here, we'll take thread the needle. So taking your left arm up into the air, thread your left hand underneath your right shoulder. Left shoulder and your head comes to the mat. Press into the mat with your right hand. And again, feel free to come out of this sooner if it's not comfortable or if it gets to be too intense. Inhale in, and as you exhale, press into your right hand and lift back up. And we'll take the other side, lifting your right arm up, thread it underneath your left shoulder. Right shoulder comes to the mat along with your head, and press into the mat with your left hand this time. And gently pressing back up to your tabletop. Take a couple more cat-cows here. And then sit back in a child's pose, feet together, knees apart, sitting back on your heels, bringing your torso forward. Inhale in, and exhale, press up, and make your way back to your seat. And we'll finish up today with a seated forward fold. So taking your legs out in front of you, This doesn't have to be an active stretch, so feel free to have a bend in your knees to make this passive. Inhale, and exhale, start to fold forward. If you'd like to make this a passive stretch, once you find your natural stopping point, then go ahead and release your hands to the ground and fold forward over your legs, letting gravity do the work for you. Inhale in. Exhale, slowly starting to roll back upright. Taking a moment here to notice how you feel and notice any effects from your practice. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, release, blinking your eyes open. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you're feeling relaxed and a little better in the neck and shoulders area. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.